Hey guys, Patty Cake here. Gonna do a little quickie on Psychonauts 2. So Psychonauts is a 3D action platformer developed and originally published by Double Fines with creative helmed by Tim Schafer. Came out about 16 or so years ago, 15 to 20 years ago, Xbox and then PC. And it has a cult following. I played it about 10 years ago now, early 2010s, and it definitely is one of the better and more unique 3D platformers out there. In the same vein of uh, Mario Sunshine, Hat in Time, Akami, and where it really excelled at was its characters and its story. So they write some really zany characters, really witty, fun, topical humor, and they also use the gameplay to address a lot of mental health issues of that people in real life face, as a nice little veil over top of just some classic 3D platforming adventure. So the first one definitely had a cult following, and about I think it was 2013 time when Psychonauts developer Double Fine did a Kickstarter to make a sequel, and it did exceptionally well. So they've been working on this game for about 6 or so years now. And right before they were about to release it, Microsoft buys them, buys Double Fine Studios, puts it onto Game Pass, and that's where you can play it now, or you can go out and buy it on all other platforms. It's a multi-platform game. So this is the sequel, about 16 years in the making, around 16 years in the making. And you know what? They didn't miss a beat in those 16 years. I absolutely loved my time with Psychonauts 2. I was addicted. From coming out Wednesday, playing it from Wednesday to this weekend, I probably put about 14 hours into the game to finish the storyline. I have not 100%ed the game. However, I am planning to go back in my casual time off, and try and 100% it, because that's how much I just want to stay in the world. Its strongest suits are its world, its level design, and its characters. And it does everything the first game did great, but better. I absolutely loved it from beginning to end. I was immediately drawn in. You don't have to play the first one to understand what's happening in the second one. There was a VR game called Rhombus of Ruin. Again, I didn't play that one. You don't have to play it to play the second one. You can jump right in with 2. It even gives you a little bit of a backstory retelling of the first game in Rhombus of Ruin to catch you up, because it's been 15 plus years and not everyone has VR. So you go right into it. I'd say if you wanted to beeline the story, you could probably do it in about 10 hours. I definitely like to try and complete games as much as possible my first time through. That pads the time out more. Probably took me closer to 14 hours because I did a lot of exploring. And you want to talk to every character. You want to explore every nook and cranny, because there's just so much detail packed into the world. There's so many small things you could overlook, fun storylines, nice little there's side quests to take you around the worlds as well. There's power-ups. I'd say its biggest downside is its combat is just not the most satisfying. That's not a big deal, especially in a game that's primary focus is 3D platforming, which it does amazingly at. But the combat doesn't feel weighty. It doesn't have the oomph that a lot of other action adventure games punch with. But it's solid. It's not bad. It's just the weakest part of this game. I wouldn't say a single part of this game is bad. I ran into one bug where I got caught between 2 objects that were unmovable and indestructible, so I had to quit and reload. Aside from that bug, very smooth experience. I was impressed by that. The visuals are great. Look up the visuals. It's this cartoony Saturday morning cartoon, or Tim Burton's style caricatures of humans and everything else in the world. And of course, the standout are the dream experiences, where you enter the minds of other people and you fight their mental health battles for them while doing 3D action platforming, the regular stuff. But these worlds are designed so uniquely, so zany, so out there. The transitions between rooms and cutscenes is just absolutely trippy and charming. And again, the characters, Cannot say enough about them. I don't want to spoil who's in the game, but there are some notable names that if you know the actor or actress, you will recognize immediately. You're like, oh my god, that's X, and they just every character kills it. So I loved it. If you don't like 3D action platformers, you're probably gonna at least like it. Okay, it's one of the better ones and one of the best ones we've gotten in years. So with that in mind, if you got Game Pass, play it. If you've got $60 to spare, buy it. If you're a 3D action platformer fan, this is a must play. This is a contender right now for me for Game of the Year. I cannot wait to see what Double Fine does next. I really, really am happy this turned out as good as it did. So with that in mind, that's my review of Psychonauts 2. Loved it, highly recommended, and that's it. Later.